Most people spend more time planning their next vacation than planning their life. They'll spend hours choosing a restaurant for dinner, but won't spend 10 minutes designing their future. But you're different. You're here because you understand something profound. Life responds to design. Let me share with you a principle that changed my life. My mentor, Mr. Schoaf, taught me this when I was just a young man struggling to make ends meet. He said, Jim, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Isn't that fascinating? Today we're going to talk about how to become that person over the next 12 months. We're going to design a one-year plan that will transform every area of your life. And I want you to write this down. Life change begins with a plan. Let me tell you why most people fail to achieve their goals. It's not because they don't want success badly enough. It's not because they're not smart enough. It's because they don't have a system. They don't have a plan. They have wishes, they have hopes, but they don't have a plan. Now, here's what's fascinating about a one-year plan. It's long enough to achieve something significant, but short enough to maintain your enthusiasm. 12 months, 52 weeks, 365 days. That's your canvas. That's your opportunity. That's your chance to design something extraordinary. Let me share with you the 7 key areas your one-year plan must address. Write these down. Number 1, personal development. You see, here's what's interesting about personal development. Everything changes when you change. Nothing changes if you don't. Your income, your relationships, your health, they all respond to your level of personal development. I remember when I first started my journey of personal development. I was making $57 a week, struggling to make ends meet. But then I started investing in myself. I started reading books, attending seminars, learning from successful people. And you know what happened? Everything changed. Here's what you need to do in your one-year plan for personal development. First, commit to reading at least 1 book per month. That's 12 books in a year. Isn't that fascinating? The average American reads less than 1 book per year, and they wonder why they're not getting ahead. Second, invest in seminars and courses. I know some of you are thinking, but Jim, that's expensive. And you're right. But here's what's more expensive, ignorance. Staying the same, not growing. That's the real cost. Third, find mentors. You need to learn from people who are where you want to be. Success leaves clues, and mentors can help you find those clues faster than you could on your own. Number 2, financial growth. Now this is crucial. Your one-year plan must include specific financial targets. But here's what's interesting about financial goals. They're not just about the money. They're about who you become in the process of achieving them. Let me share with you 3 components of financial planning that most people miss. First, you need multiple streams of income. Don't depend on just one source. That's too risky. In your one-year plan, identify at least 2 new potential income streams you can develop. Second, you need a saving strategy. Here's what Mr. Schoaf taught me. If you don't have a surplus, you don't have a future. Write that down. Your one-year plan must include specific savings targets. Start with 10% of your income, then increase it quarter by quarter. Third, you need an investment strategy. Your money needs to work harder than you do. In your one-year plan, outline how you're going about investing, what vehicles you're going to use, and what percentage of your income you're going to invest. Number 3, health and vitality. Now, isn't this fascinating? Many people spend their first 50 years trading their health for wealth, then spend their next 50 years trading their wealth for health. But it doesn't have to be that way. Your one-year plan must include specific health goals. Write this down, my health is my wealth. Because here's what's interesting. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, what good is it? Let me share with you 3 components of health planning that must be in your one-year plan. First, nutrition. You need to design your eating strategy. What are you going to eat more of? What are you going to eat less of? Be specific. Second, exercise. Your body is the only place you have to live. In your one-year plan, outline your exercise routine. When will you exercise? What type of exercise will you do? How will you track your progress? Third, rest and recovery. This is the one most people miss. Your body needs time to recover, to rejuvenate. Plan your sleep schedule, plan your vacation time, plan your downtime. Number 4, relationships. Here's what's fascinating about relationships. They either contribute to your growth or contaminate your growth. There is no neutral ground. Your one-year plan must address both personal and professional relationships. Let me share with you something profound about relationships. Mr. Schoaf taught me this. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Isn't that interesting? Look around at your 5 closest friends. That's your future. In your one-year plan, you need 3 relationship strategies. First, identify relationships you need to strengthen. These are the positive influences in your life that you need to invest more time in. Second, identify relationships you need to limit. These are the negative influences that are holding you back. Now, I'm not saying end these relationships. I'm saying limit their influence on your life. Third, identify new relationships you need to develop. Who do you need to meet? What circles do you need to enter? What groups do you need to join? Number 5, career development. Now, this is fascinating. Most people think their job is their career, but here's what's interesting. Your job is what you do to make a living. Your career is what you do to make a life. Your one-year plan needs to address both. Let me share with you 3 components of career planning that must be in your one-year 1C system. First, skills development. What new skills do you need to learn? What existing skills do you need to improve? Be specific. Second, industry knowledge. You need to become an expert in your field. In your one-year plan, outline how you're going to deepen your industry knowledge. What publications will you read? What conferences will you attend? What certifications will you pursue? Third, networking. Your network is your net worth. Plan how you're going to expand your professional network over the next 12 months. Who do you need to meet? What events do you need to attend? Number 6, spiritual growth. Now, this is crucial. Your one-year plan must include spiritual development. And here's what's fascinating about spiritual growth. It affects everything else. It affects how you think, how you feel, how you act. Let me share with you 3 components of spiritual planning that most people miss. First, you need time for reflection. In your one-year plan, schedule regular time for meditation, prayer, or quiet contemplation. Second, you need spiritual study, whether it's religious texts, philosophical works, or inspirational writings. Plan what you're going to study to deepen your spiritual understanding. Third, you need community. Identify groups or individuals who can support your spiritual growth. Plan how you're going to engage with this community over the next 12 months. Number 7, contribution. Here's what's interesting about success. It's empty if you're not contributing to others. Your one-year plan must include how you're going to make a difference in the world. Let me share with you something profound about contribution. The size of your success is determined by the size of your contribution. Isn't that fascinating? The more value you create for others, the more success you attract to yourself. In your one-year plan, you need 3 contribution strategies. First, identify causes you want to support. What issues are you passionate about? What changes do you want to see in the world? Second, determine how you're going to contribute. Will it be through time? Through money? Through skills? Be specific. Third, set measurable contribution goals. How many people do you want to help? How much money do you want to donate? What impact do you want to make? Now, let me share with you something crucial about this one-year plan. It's not enough to just write it down. You need a system to implement it. You need a way to make sure you're making progress every single day. Here's what's fascinating about implementation. It's where most people fail. They have great plans, great intentions, but poor implementation. So let me share with you my 5-step implementation system. Step 1, daily review. Every morning, spend 10 minutes reviewing your one-year plan. Look at your goals. Look at your targets. Look at your commitments. This daily review keeps your plan fresh in your mind and helps you make better decisions throughout the day. Step 2, weekly planning. Every Sunday, spend 1 hour planning your week. Look at your one-year plan and ask yourself, what can I do this week to move closer to my goals? Write down specific actions you're going to take. Step 3, monthly evaluation. At the end of each month, evaluate your progress. Be honest with yourself. What's working? What's not working? What needs to change? This monthly evaluation helps you stay on track and make necessary adjustments. Step 4, quarterly reviews. Every 3 months, do a deep dive into your progress. Look at all 7 areas of your plan. Are you on track? Are you ahead? Are you behind? Use these quarterly reviews to make major adjustments if needed. Step 5, accountability. Find someone who will hold you accountable to your plan. Share your goals with them. Report your progress to them. Let them challenge you when you're slacking off. Now, let me share with you something powerful about this implementation system. It turns your one-year plan from a wish list into a success system. Isn't that fascinating? Most people have wishes. Successful people have systems. Let me tell you about something I've noticed in my years of studying successful people. They all have what I call a success rhythm. They have regular times for planning, for review, for evaluation. They don't leave their success to chance. You see, success is like a garden. You don't plant the seeds and then forget about them. You need to water them regularly. You need to pull the weeds. You need to provide the right environment for growth. Your one-year plan is like that garden. It needs regular attention. Now, let me share with you something profound about this one-year planning process. It's not just about achieving goals. It's about who you become in the process. You see, the greatest value in having a one-year plan isn't just the achievements. It's the person you become while working toward those achievements. Think about it this way. When you commit to personal development, you become more knowledgeable. When you commit to financial growth, you become more disciplined. When you commit to health and vitality, you become more energetic. When you commit to better relationships, you become more empathetic. Isn't that fascinating? The plan isn't just changing your circumstances, it's changing you. And that's what really matters. Because success isn't something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Let me share with you 3 major obstacles you'll face when implementing your one-year plan and how to overcome them. Obstacle number 1, lack of consistency. Most people start strong but fade quickly. They're like a rocket that uses up all its fuel in the first few minutes of flight. But success doesn't work that way. Success requires consistent effort over time. Here's how you overcome this obstacle. Build what I call success triggers into your daily routine. These are specific actions that trigger your success behaviors. Maybe it's putting your running shoes by your bed to trigger your morning exercise. Maybe it's putting your books on your nightstand to trigger your evening reading. Obstacle number 2, environmental resistance. Your environment will resist your growth. Some people won't understand your new commitments. Some situations will test your resolve. This is normal. In fact, it's necessary. Here's how you overcome this obstacle. Create what I call a success environment. Redesign your physical space to support your goals. Restructure your social circle to support your growth. Remember, your environment will either inspire you or expire you. Obstacle number 3, loss of focus. Over the course of a year, it's easy to lose focus. New opportunities arise. New challenges emerge. Distractions multiply. This is where most people get off track. Here's how you overcome this obstacle. Use what I call the power hour. This is 1 hour each day dedicated solely to your most important goal. No phone calls, no emails, no interruptions, just focused effort on your highest priority. Now, let me share with you something powerful about these obstacles. They're not really obstacles, they're opportunities. They're opportunities to prove your commitment. They're opportunities to strengthen your character. They're opportunities to become more than you are. Let me tell you about the 4 seasons of success that you'll experience during your one-year plan. Season 1, planting. This is when you're laying the groundwork. You're establishing new habits. You're learning new skills. You're building new relationships. This season can be challenging because you're doing a lot of work without seeing immediate results. Season 2, cultivating. This is when you're nurturing your goals. You're refining your strategies. You're adjusting your approaches. You're strengthening your commitments. This season requires patience and persistence. Season 3, growing. This is when you start seeing results. Your efforts begin to bear fruit. Your momentum builds. Your confidence grows. This season is exciting, but it's crucial not to become complacent. Season 4, harvesting. This is when you reap the rewards of your efforts. Your goals are being achieved. Your dreams are becoming reality. Your life is transforming. This season is fulfilling. But it's important to remember that success is never owned. It's rented, and the rent is due every day. Now, let me share with you something fascinating about these seasons. They don't always come in order. Sometimes you might be in the planting season in your career while you're in the harvesting season in your health. Sometimes you might be in the growing season in your relationships while you're in the cultivating season in your finances. The key is to recognize which season you're in and respond appropriately. Don't expect to harvest when you're in the planting season. Don't neglect cultivation when you're in the growing season. Let me share with you 5 principles that will guarantee your success with this one-year plan. Principle number 1, the law of design. Success is not an accident. It's carefully designed. Your one-year plan is your design for success. Follow it faithfully, adjust it when necessary, but never abandon it. Principle number 2, the law of process. Success is not an event, it's a process. Your one-year plan is a process of becoming. Trust the process, embrace the process, love the process. Principle number 3, the law of consistency. Success is not achieved through occasional efforts. It's achieved through consistent action. Your one-year plan provides the framework for consistency. Follow it daily, weekly, monthly. Principle number 4, the law of compound effect. Success is not immediate. It compounds over time. Your one-year plan allows the compound effect to work in your favor. Small actions consistently taken lead to massive results. Principle number 5, the law of legacy. Success is not just about you, it's about the legacy you leave. Your one-year plan is creating a legacy of growth, achievement, and contribution. Now, let me share with you something profound about these principles. They're not just ideas, they're laws. They work whether you believe in them or not. They work whether you understand them or not. They work whether you like them or not. As we come to the close of our time together, let me leave you with this final thought. Your next 12 months will pass whether you have a plan or not. Time is going to flow. Days will turn into weeks. Weeks will turn into months. Months will turn into a year. The question is not whether time will pass. The question is, what will you do with that time? Will you let it slip away, or will you invest it in your growth? Will you drift through it, or will you direct it? Will you spend it, or will you invest it? Remember this, life responds to deserve, not to need. You don't get what you need. You don't get what you want. You get what you deserve, and you deserve what you design. Your one-year plan is your design for success. It's your blueprint for transformation. It's your roadmap to becoming more than you are today. Take this plan seriously. I implement it faithfully, review it regularly, adjust it when necessary. But most importantly, trust it. Trust that if you follow this plan, if you apply these principles, if you maintain consistency, you will transform your life.